Having the right people in your corner for life's biggest milestones makes all the difference. Like a friend who's there when you're house hunting or checking out a new ride, State Farm is there too, helping you choose the coverage you need. With a State Farm agent, you know someone is there to help you along the way. And with so many coverage options, it's nice knowing you have help choosing a plan that fits your needs, so you can continue celebrating all of life's milestones. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Follow the money. That's what I always say. You always follow the money. Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
Thanks for checking in. We are live in downtown Vegas from the Circa Resort and Casino. Busy hour on tap in 15 minutes. We'll get into door number 1 or door number 2. Bottom of the hour, today's Major League Baseball card that we have coming up a little bit later on tonight. And the pizzeria. We're going to sit down, break bread inside the pizzeria with some long shot bets that could pay off. Some pretty nice paydays coming up in about 45 minutes. That was a great conversation, I thought, with Richie Bachelari and Thomas Gable in the first hour, the previous 2 segments. If you missed any of it, I would highly encourage you to go back and listen to it a little bit later on today. You can search the Follow the Money podcast wherever you get it. And Pauly, the player props conversation, both guys got fired up. Richie's like, you can probably bet on my blood pressure going up right now. And they could have talked about it for an hour, at least they said. It was very good. And you brought this up, the comment by Michael Porter, considering that his brother is one of the guys at the front of this entire thing.
He's on a podcast and he says, quote, think about it. If you could get all your homies rich by telling them bet $10,000 on my unders this one game, I'm going to act like I have an injury and I'm going to sit out. I'm come out after 3 minutes. And they get a little bag because you did it for one game. But some people think like that. They come from nothing and all their homies have nothing.
So basically, he was speaking for his brother. That's exactly what Jante did.
Yeah.
He's like almost living vicariously through him and like remembering it like he was doing it himself.
Yeah, and as Thomas said, they don't offer that to Borgata, but that goes back to why you're taking $20,000 same-game parlays.
Right, from VIP
with what
players.
happened. Yes, right. Porter said players are in a no-win situation with bettors. They're always, quote, messing up with the props, over, under. What did you bet? We get death threats all the time, he said. The whole sports gambling entity, it's bad and it's only going to get worse. He only wants it in Las Vegas.
Well, here's what I would say, too, like on social media. First of all, it should never be allowed that you can create like a faceless, nameless account, which is just preposterous to me. It's those people who will go after them. Like, it should be your real name with a photo of actually who you are.
And where you work.
There you go. And that would probably almost eliminate it entirely. But for those who are still dumb enough to actually post then and say, you idiot, I'm calling them way worse names than I could say on the air right now, and then threatening them, you're off to jail, pal. Like, that's it. To your point, you have to post where you work. The feds or whoever, like the local authorities, are coming to your door the next day to embarrass you in front of your coworkers, and you're off to jail because you're that stupid. There's no place for that whatsoever. But, and they also brought up a good point.
But the other thing is,
they said you can't bet the under on some of this stuff.
Yeah, right.
There is a sports book here in town that will only offer alternate K props in Major League Baseball. There is no way, no how that you can bet an under on any K prop. How is that allowed?
Yeah.
Yeah,
fun discussion. Also, Richie's been doing this for a long time, too. He's got some great stories of, guy walking in and information, and it comes out later what happened, and that the fix was in as well, too. And he also was good friends with Alan Boston, and Alan Boston was at the counter at the Mirage when they were fixing games with Arizona State in college hoops. That was an example of the guy didn't care. He's trying to bet $500,000 on Pac-12 basketball game. It didn't care what the number was.
Sure. During the middle of the week.
Going back and forth, and Boston's like, what the hell's going on here? The guy doesn't care what the number is. Yep. And he's taking the other side. That's a wild story. But, the other thing with Porter, with his comments, it's like, these guys make sick, obscene money in the NBA. Like, did you see the Luka? Not everyone's like this. But Luka can opt out after 3 years and sign for over $400 million. But to think like he's been in the news lately, but a Rozier or whatever, and to say, okay, well, I'm going to make my buddies, I can make them $10,000 here.
But Rozier signed a $94 million contract.
Right. Unbelievable. So
Malik Beasley was recently making, $15-16 million a year.
yeah.
Now, he was in between. He wanted to go out there and play well because he had to take a major pay cut. It was down to like $2 million. Awful money there for him. Wink, wink. And, he's just like, not enough. I'm going to get in trouble here potentially because I'm going to go out there and be involved with some shady business when I shouldn't be. So, I can't believe we've gotten to this point overall. Preseason football. Let me throw a couple of potential bets at you. This game opened up Philly -1.5 on Saturday afternoon against the Browns. Philadelphia jumped up to a 4.5-point favorite. That was after the oblique injury this week came out to quarterback Shedeur Sanders for the Browns.
Yep.
So Philly went to 4.5. They're back down to 4. There is a 3.5, the way it looks as well on the screen. So what do you think about the current point spread to where it was?
I'm on Philly. I agree with you that it's how good they looked offense and the player of the week with the backup quarterback last week and what they did. But Sanders will not play, and then it's going to be Gabriel if the hammy's all right. So, again, it goes back to Gabriel and Huntley, and that's it. From 1.5 up to 4. Wow. But that's been the story here where that one side moved, but a lot of these totals have been getting banged after the 14-2 run in week 1.
No kidding. I like what Adam Burke wrote today at vsin.com. He has 3 bets that you can go and check out on this game. In fact, right now, Circa showing 3 on the game. Interesting. And he pointed out Tanner McKee looked like he could start for 2/3 of the league in week 1. And honestly looked very good replacing an injured Jalen Hurts and Kenny Pickett last year for Philadelphia. 2/3 might be a little heavy, but the guy looked awesome last week. And I think he's at this time of year in August, that's the kind of guy that you want to be on. Mm-hmm. And meanwhile, I don't know anything about Dillon Gabriel. Does he come out and look like Shedeur Sanders last week after, Carolina's first stringers left the field?
Yep.
Or is he going to be a complete mess and he's been dinged up anyway? And then it's going to be Huntley, this is not like Huntley, I don't think, from 3-4 years ago that we're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Another one I find interesting is the Sunday night game. Bears open 1.5 up to 2.5, but the big move is the total 36.5 up to 41. Starters will play, plus you have the backup battle with Allen. Buffalo was involved in that high-scoring game to start against the Giants. Ton of points were scored, and the Bears' backups look good with Bagent and Keenum, which I think is a bet-on combo as well, and they had that 24-24 tie against Miami. So big move on the total there, and Chicago starters will play, see how long they go. You also have, I still think, a small backup battle behind Goff, but Hooker's been so bad it appears Allen's locked that up. That's one thing to monitor with Detroit. And I know they took money in that first game against Atlanta, but it was, I think, more at bad Atlanta and anti-Atlanta. Again, Raheem Morris hasn't cashed a game ATS preseason, and he's announced no Penix and likely no Cousins. And that's, you saw money coming in with Tennessee from 3.5 up to 5.5 in the game tomorrow.
Yeah, you were off last Friday, so when Matt Humans was in for you, he and I were talking about the results from the Seahawks and the Raiders game on Thursday night. And that was a high-scoring game. And I made the comment a week ago on Friday that I'm like, you know what, the Raiders are a team that I'm going to probably want to play overs with in the preseason, and they take on the 49ers out here in Las Vegas this weekend as well. This opened up 38.5, up to 40.5 right now. At most books, there are 41s out there. I'm going to play this. Multiple reasons why. Last year, second preseason game of the year for San Francisco, Brock Purdy played 3 series. Don't forget what happened last week against the Seahawks. They were, like, Drew Lock looked great against this bad defense, and those players were just like completely out of sync. They were in the wrong spots. They couldn't make plays. They were bad at tackling. So I'm probably going to get that bad defense for most of the game. And you couple that with Geno Smith is going to play quite a bit per their head coach, Pete Carroll. Mm-hmm. And then Cam Miller's a guy last week, again, who looked really good. So 40.5, I'm going to want to be on that game.
Good breakdown.
Yeah, back to the Browns game against Philadelphia here. Luke, if we could get this audio from Ross Tucker talking about the situation here with Cleveland. Again, the whole idea here of this team potentially carrying 4 quarterbacks in the regular season is going to get mocked, I think, universally if they actually do that, which is a possibility. But now they can't even keep any of those guys basically healthy. And like we pointed out, it's going to have to be Gabriel, a wounded Gabriel, and then Tyler Huntley in this game against Philadelphia. And hence the big line move there. honestly, would we have this big of a line move if Sanders didn't hurt the oblique and he was going to go again? I don't know if the line would have moved this much.
No. Plus the hype that's there as well.
Yeah. This is Ross Tucker on his podcast saying basically only the Cleveland Browns.
I don't believe that the Browns in general or the Browns quarterback position is cursed. But if you want to believe that, this latest Shedeur Sanders injury information, that's pretty good ammunition for you. I would have thought it was impossible for a team to have 3 quarterbacks get hurt when you're not even allowed to touch them in training camp. But that's exactly what's happened with Kenny Pickett, who's working his way back, Dylan Gabriel, who's working his way back, and now Shedeur Sanders, fresh off of playing so well on Friday night. Now he can't do the joint practices. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to play on Saturday. They're not cursed. I don't believe that, but they have a lot of misfortune.
I can't argue with any of that. That's right. I mean, if you're Stefanski for a second, would you say to yourself, you know what? I don't really want to chance Gabriel going out there because the guy's now coming back from an injury already. Let's just play the entire preseason game with Huntley.
Well, yeah. I don't hate that. We've seen that before.
Yeah.
Guy play the whole game, and you're not going to be on the team anyways. Yeah. Not bad.
I kind of think that'd be my approach from Stefanski.
Yep. VSiN and Winner Circle Proxy giving away 2 grand prize packages for the Circa Million contest. Each includes a fully paid entry, full season proxy service from the team at Winner Circle Proxy, and a behind-the-scenes tour of the VSiN studios right here in Vegas. Free to enter, winnercircleproxy.com/VSiN. Fill out the short form before Sunday, August 17th. Don't miss your shot to play for $6 million in guaranteed prizes. winnercircleproxy.com/VSiN. We're up to 17 in Grandissimo, by the way.
Oh, got another one. Okay. Snuck in there. Up next, you can have these 2 teams get the number 1 seed, or you can have the field, door number 1 or door number 2 coming up. It's Follow the Money on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Finding ways to be financially savvy is a smart move, and knowing you could be saving money for the things you really want, like that dream home or new ride, is a great feeling. That's why the State Farm Personal Price Plan can help you save when you choose to bundle home and auto. Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
It's time to play everyone's favorite Follow the Money game. Live from the VSiN studios.
Hey guys, you ready to let the dogs out?
This is door number 1.
New high score! What does high score mean? New high score, is that bad? What's that mean? Should I break it?
Or door number 2.
Get nothing! You lose! Good day, sir!
Here's Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard.
Well, Pauly, we just talked about the Cleveland Browns and their preseason game against the Eagles coming up this weekend. Door number 1, the Saints or the Browns to have the worst record in the league. Or door number 2, you get the entire rest of the NFL, giving the field.
Yeah, door 1. Because I think I know the schedule's brutal, but I still think the Giants could be frisky.
I agree with that.
I think the Saints team's awful, and they were my second pick in the NFL futures draft we did yesterday. And it's also hard to envision Cleveland winning a ton of games either. Or at least 4, right? Maybe you can make the case for the Jets, but they have talent.
You can.
Yeah, they have the talent. I just think I have to go door 1 with that.
Yeah, I think there's an angle where the Jets don't score many points at all this year, right?
There's also the question of, do the Saints want to win? Or how bad do the Saints really want to win with what's out there and what Manning could mean with your quarterback? If it could be there next year or however that plays out. But and you'll know probably early on with Shuck, if he can as well. And if he gives you anything. But I would go door 1 there.
I think you at least got to ride it out for a little while with that kid. They took him pretty high in the draft.
Yeah.
Door number 1 here. You can have the Bills or the Ravens to get the 1 seed in the AFC, or door number 2, also the field. I'm talking the Chiefs.
Yeah, I have to go door 1.
Oh.
Yeah, because of the division. Like, could you get there with Houston? I don't know. Kansas City, the division's too good. I think I would just say Houston there was one that would get me, right? I'd have to go door 1.
And
I'm high on the Texans, but they're going to win 13 games?
No,
12 games, and what the Bills' schedule's so easy?
What if the Bengals' defense is actually better than we think?
Well, they got to prove it, though.
And their offense is just...
They got to prove it. What's the record of the 1 seed in the AFC?
13-4. So how many... The Chiefs... I mean, are you going to be surprised? You're going to hate it because you don't like the team. You despise them. But all of a sudden, end of the year, hey, final 2 weeks of the year, Chiefs can get the 1 seed still.
Yeah, with that schedule, yeah, okay. But
could the Broncos' defense be good enough?
Maybe. If Nix takes the next steps, that could be a good one as well.
Okay.
Packers to miss the playoffs. Door 2, Texans to miss the playoffs. Same price, plus 110.
Oh, man. Okay, well, certainly there's a scenario where Jacksonville can win that division. But also I could flip it and say the Packers, if they don't win it, can finish like in 3rd place. I think probably is the floor for them. That would be behind, in my opinion, Detroit and Minnesota. And then you're talking about San Francisco, the Rams, maybe Arizona, Tampa Bay, Atlanta, the Eagles, the Commanders. In the AFC, I only like one team out of the East, a couple out of the West. I got to go Packers plus 110.
Really?
Yeah, you're higher on Green Bay than I am this year.
Oh.
I just think that it's...
I'd have to do that, though, too, because of the division. And I would think the Colts could be bad. So that could be 4 wins right there. Maybe 3-1 for the Texans. Plus, good defense. Stroud will be better.
Very good defense.
Yes. I'm not there with Jacksonville. I mean, you should be able to go 5-1 in the division.
When we talked to Mike Somich, VSiN host here a couple of weeks ago, he made a comment that he thinks the Texans, he has them power rated as the best defense in football. Well, not that he's going to be spot on with that, but they're in the mix.
Plus, how many injuries with Green Bay? You know, with Watson's situation, Love with the surgery.
Right.
How many guys are banged up? Joey Bosa, door 1 to have 10-plus sacks, 3-1. St. Brown, 15-plus receiving touchdowns, plus 350.
Well, so I've been the president of the Amon-Ra St. Brown fan club for 2 years running here. But 15 touchdowns is a massive ask.
Yeah, that is.
That's like rarefied air. I get it. Some guys get there like, maybe it happens like every single year or two, but 15 out of that one specific wide receiver who's never done it before. Like if Bosa stays healthy with their overall schedule playing in that division, I got to take Bosa 10+ sacks at 3-1.
Yeah.
How about you?
I still have to go door 2 though, because the guy's always hurt. I guess you could counter and say something to prove, big year, but he's got to prove he can stay healthy. It's always something with that guy.
I'm going to go smaller number. That's why.
All right.
At 10 overall.
Cubs just lost. Vlad went deep, 2-1 Blue Jays. Door 1, Cubs make the NLCS plus 280. Door 2, Red Sox make the ALCS plus 425.
So I'm a big believer that obviously once a team gets into the playoffs, anything can happen. With that in mind, let's assume both these teams get there. This is Red Sox with a bullet. It has to be. Because you can go out there with, he's almost like the American League hammer and Garrett Crochet, right? And their offense has been humming. The young guys are starting to hit. Anthony, Duran now coming around a little bit here.
Yeah.
And I think the National League is better overall than the American League. This one, to me, would be Red Sox all day long.
I'm with you. That's how I would do it, too. I got Crochet in Game 1. Pitching's been solid. And I would say that's going to be tough. The 2 series the Cubs would have to win.
Sure. Door number 1, Cal Raleigh to win the American League MVP at plus 145. Or door number 2, the Blue Jays to be the 1 seed overall in the American League plus 175.
Detroit has a very good record inside the division. That's number 1. Number 2, you have to worry about Houston and Seattle. I think this is mispriced. And if this guy's going to hit 60 home runs and they're going to make the playoffs and maybe win a division, he should be the favorite right now, door 1. Big dumper.
I will disagree a little bit. I'll go Blue Jays. Here's my only reason why. I totally agree with what you said. If the vote came out today, to me, it would have to be Cal Raleigh, but I'm not a voter. And I can't trust voters.
And you think the New York angle will carry the day?
I think it could.
Okay.
Enough for me to say I don't want to get involved with that. It's not worth the bet, so I would take the Blue Jays instead to be the 1 seed.
All right. This is my baby. Door 1, incredible work ethic. Door 2, God-given ability.
Are you talking about if I'm a pro athlete?
Correct.
Or just in general?
But you take it both ways if you want to go there.
I respect the guys with incredible work ethic more than anything. It'd be nice to have the God-given ability. That would be something else.
Right.
But
And I think you have that with like a LeBron James.
Well, you do.
He's got both. Yeah.
He's got both for sure.
Brady, it's work ethic.
No doubt.
I mean, the shirts off at the combine, that picture, right.
Yep. I have to go number 1. You know who I think of? And the guy was awesome, don't get me wrong. But the guy that popped into my head when I saw this on the screen here is Tim Duncan. Like, he was tremendous. He's one of the, arguably top 5, like he'd be best power forward of all time. So, the talent was there, but he never, like, he was always just like a grinder, man, and always worked his ass off. And I respected the daylights out of that guy.
Got to go door 1 too.
I lean that way for sure.
How about around the building? How about office? 9 to 5 job. Same thing.
I'm
talking numbers.
You're talking about like doing what we do?
Finance, something.
Okay.
Take it any direction you want in terms of what you do at work, or if you have to.
Okay, I'll take it this direction.
Physical exertion.
In this career path, it bothers me when young people think that they can start at whatever job they want. In like media, radio, TV, pocket, whatever, they think that they're amazing when they're 21 years old. My response is, you're not. Yeah. And you need to go out there and grind it and earn it for a little while. So you have to have that incredible work ethic. This is for you. It's also your baby, but I have to ask you this question. I'm married. Door number 1, the most beautiful woman in the world. Or door number 2, you could talk to her for hours.
A great question. Not just because I came up with it.
Pat yourself on the back for that one.
Talking to people, also life experience. I think the more beautiful the woman is, the more crap you have to put up with. But I am superficial. Oh boy, can the conversation carry the day though? And just, hey, you're my best friend. And I think
the caveat is not like, she's a 3.
Yes, I know.
Right?
I know. The tough one, but I go door 1. And I think I'm wrong though. There's a good chance I'm wrong. But I got my own issues going on. And how it's just, I just can't get past, that body. Oh, what a face, and it's just,
like how much fun am I going to?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to get myself. Yeah. But have you also ever been on a date with somebody where the conversation is just a 0 out of 10?
Oh, sure.
Oh, it's
absolutely.
It's one and done.
Absolutely.
You can't do that.
Just say we're not this going anywhere. Yeah, nothing in common. And boy, this is like pulling teeth.
Well, yeah, sure.
This is tough. No doubt. Circa Survivor, the quest for $14 million. 10-part doc following the drama, strategy, and heartbreak inside the world's largest legal football contest. Catch the final episodes through Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern. If you missed an episode, watch them all now. VSiN.com/subscribe. I like the one tweet about, hey, we were deep in this contest. Give me a little more time on the no pick. Right? That was fair. VSiN.com/survivor.
Baseball next. Starters are on a 20-5 overrun with their K-props against this team. Find out the team and the numbers next.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Tonight's Major League Baseball card coming up. It is a truncated version of the schedule. Some decent games still to boot. The Phillies are playing at the Nationals. Now, Phillies on the road after they got blasted by Hunter Green and the Reds last night. Final score was 8-0. Playing at the Nats today. Obviously, no great shakes. I'm seeing this on X that the Phillies did. They had a maintenance issue with their plate in Cincy after the game last night. They scrambled to change plans and stay overnight there. They landed in Washington a short time ago. This was a few hours ago now. So those are never fun situations to be in. but it is Luzardo going tonight for Philadelphia, taking on Lord and the Nationals.
Yep. And again, if Luzardo throws a gem, none of that matters.
It does not.
But that Schwarber in a funk now, 3 of 27, 12 Ks, last 7. He's been in a funk. So, but they should be able to get to Lord. And at least, they could get the team total over 2, you would think.
This is the team I was talking about before the break.
But this is the other thing, too, where it's like the Mets have been so bad, this thing's pretty much over. How bad the Mets have played to open up such a big lead now.
Yeah. So opposing pitchers are now 20-5 over their K-prop, last 25 against Philadelphia. Been a cash cow here for a while.
That is strong.
But do you trust Lord to go out there and go over his K-prop? I'm looking at like 4.5, I believe, under minus 130 in this game.
Not really, no.
No, and by the way, opposing pitchers are 13-6-1 over their K-props against Washington. They strike out a ton. Luzardo's hovering around 6.5 in this game.
Yeah, but these guys have been letting me down. The Luzardos, the Sanchez's. You think, okay, they're hot, they're pitching well, and then they go out and have a bad start, or they don't get much run support. Mm-hmm. So, but you think the Phillies get the win here, and it's a big game for the Mets tonight. Gotta have it game. After what happened last night, Senga's $1.90 against the Braves. They should be able to get to Elder to be up 6-0 in the third inning. And you get blown out again. Lindor hitting .580 career against Elder, but the starting pitching's been so bad, and of 7 of their last 12 losses, they've blown a lead. Starting pitching's been bad. Bullpen's had issues, giving up big leads. The run support's been there, but just like the Dodgers, the Mets, not that long ago, had a 5-game lead. Now they're 5 back in the division, which is with the bad stretch of baseball they're playing, where it's so bad that the door's open for the Reds. And the Reds are right there, only a game behind them.
Yeah. I don't know how you could possibly trust Elder in this game tonight. On the season, ERA, he's been a dumpster fire pretty much the entire time. But on the road, which is where he's at tonight, I got a 5.61 ERA on this guy. Braves have also, last night I know they came back to actually lead at the end of 5, but they're 6-13-2 in the first 5 of their last 21 games. It's been, as I've been calling it for 2 months now, a throwaway season for Atlanta. They just got to come back and hope their guys can stay healthy next year if they want to make a run at this thing. And Senga's K-prop was a popular one on the Ballpark Pal feature on vsin.com today. And I'm trying to get the latest number on him for tonight. I believe it's 4.5 juiced heavily towards the over. Otherwise, you can find 5.5 at plus money.
And Rob Manfred and the execs are sweating this out too, because the New York teams were playing so well. Now it's like, could they both miss? Could one of them miss? Because you're thinking, okay, Red Sox, Yankees, Cubs, Dodgers, get all these teams in the playoffs. It'd be huge. But now Mets only with a 1-game lead, and Yankees only a game lead over Cleveland, and both teams scuffling, especially the Mets about how bad they've been. I would expect runs in it's a big number, though, but runs in the Colorado game. Total of 12.5. Rodriguez going for Arizona. The Diamondbacks are 7-2 against the Rockies, plus 26 run differential. In these 9 games here, Colorado starters 1-5 with an ERA of 10. Remember, one of their wins was like that 12-11 game with Gallen involved, where Colorado came all the way back.
Right. So
Arizona just swept them. And I think they'll be able to go over their team total here tonight in the late game, which it's a small card, as you mentioned. It's a 5:40 Pacific first pitch in that game.
Yeah, you still have Blaylock going in this game?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so his home ERA for the Rockies is 11.76 on the year. No bueno, obviously. They actually had a pretty good series against St. Louis. That was really, really bad for the Cardinals. But
to win it, but St. Louis blew one of the games, but
sure,
the pitching was good.
When I first looked at this game and this series on the card for tonight, immediately I had this idea pop into my head, like this is going to be the Toronto series all over again, where the Diamondbacks are going to go there and they're going to put a ton of runs on the board. But the team total is also 6.5, juiced like over at minus 125 or minus 130. I would have taken over 6.5 at plus money, but I don't know if I really want to pay 30 cents on that. Because 7, they could score 6, still a bunch of runs, but you lose that bet.
Yeah.
There will be some way here. Like, those hitters are going to go crazy, I think, over the weekend in this series.
I think you're right.
Carroll.
There could be a wacky game there.
Martell. Yeah, it's...
Yep. Yep.
Marte.
What do you want to do with Cleveland and Miami?
Well,
Bibby's been bad.
Yeah.
ERA of 6 the last 7. But how are they still in this? What a story. Only one game back after what happened with Ortiz and Clase. And we mentioned that 2 days ago that their bullpen has been awesome since they cleaned out his locker. What happened? $1.20 at home, though. But the Marlins, I don't want to back a team that just, after the game before, they explode. And they scored so many runs yesterday.
But I think it kind of ties in, right? Because you don't want to back Gavin Williams after a spot like he did in his last start where he almost threw a no-hitter against the Mets, gave it up in the 9th inning, threw a ton of pitches. He was going last night. You don't want to back that guy. Guess what happens? Marlins erupted. And to your point, I'm kind of in that same boat, like save some runs for today, which, I mean, maybe they go crazy again against Bibby, but he has been better at home by 2.5 runs with the ERA. It is 3.19 at home. It's touching almost 5.6 when he's been on the road so far this year. And Cabrera is a guy that I like quite a bit. He's a really good pitcher. And I was actually a little bit surprised that the Marlins hung on to a guy like that and some of their other guys that they have in the rotation at the deadline, because I think a guy like Cabrera would have fetched quite a bit of talent in return.
Yeah.
But they kept him, and I like him. And, Marlins plus money here in the game, that'd be the only way I would look in this one, Pauly.
Yeah. All right.
Guardians, though, you can't come out of a playoff spot. Count them out of a playoff spot.
Yeah. Great story. Couple lines that are up for tomorrow's action at DraftKings. Wheeler's $1.75 against Gore. DeGrom is $1.20 in Toronto against Bassett.
Ooh, Bassett's got really good home numbers.
He does. Manea's $1.20 at home to Seattle. I like the Blue Jays there. Yep. And Heel is $1.30 in St. Louis. Couple props, obviously off the board because the game started, but all games to have 2+ runs, no plus 850. Will a game have 22+ runs? 11-1. Could get wild in Colorado. Will a team score 10+ runs plus 650? And Arizona, Colorado, highest game was 2-1 at DraftKings.
2-1,
based
that low
on the
number.
small card and then how big the total was. Yes.
Yeah. Haven't mentioned anything yet about that Tigers game on the road against Minnesota and the Twins.
Yep.
Skubal's a big favorite here. He's typically priced higher than this anyway. K-prop obviously to the moon tonight, 7.5. But Ober's going, so I'm conflicted in this one, Pauly. Bailey Ober is going for Minnesota. Now, opposing pitchers are on a 26-8 overrun last 40 games with their K-prop against Detroit. But his K-prop tonight is 5.5 plus money on the over. And this is a guy who has not been the same dude. And getting to 6 Ks has been a big-time chore for him throughout the regular season. Tigers are striking out a ton in recent games, like I pointed out. I can't get there tonight. That plus money, for some, I think it's going to look attractive. Not for me.
Big effort tonight from Skubal. He bounces back.
Yeah.
And he is 4-0 with a 1-2-2 last 6 against Minnesota. He bounces back. Twins, Joe Ryan got us last night. Tough one. 10 straight against the Yanks. They had lost, and Ryan was fantastic last night.
Well, I think that also ties into the Luzardo game that we talked about, right? All it takes is one great starting pitcher.
Yeah.
And we said that yesterday on the show, and you've been all over the Yankees-Twins angle for 10 years, whatever.
That one gave me pause, though. Still better. But that was...
No, yeah, but I mean, it's like Joe Ryan's the kind of guy who could go there and just be magnificent, and there's nothing the Yankees could do about it.
We got a good sweat here for the first-round leader. Jason Day now, 4 under through 15. Hovland and Griffin are done at 3 under. Scheffler's at 3 under. He's on 18. Fowler is on 17. Burns is still on 12. And Front Porch Bob's out there, 2 under on 11. It's a good sweat here for first round.
And Burns is 3 under right now?
Yeah. He's on 12.
I'm going to look and see what kind of number he has.
Yeah. Look what McIntyre is, because he's on 11. But he's 2 shots back. Our exclusive betting splits cut through the noise, pulling real-time data straight from Circa and DraftKings Sportsbooks. Circa caters to sharp bettors and big wagers, while DraftKings reflects the broader public market, giving you a unique look at both sides of the action. Track the percentage of bets and handle on every game across every major sport so you can make sharper, more informed bets. Start your edge today, $9.99, vsin.com/subscribe.
All right, I'm looking at Caesars Will Hill right now. Burns 7-1, first-round leader. Bobby Mack 11-1. And they still have pretty much the entire back 9 to go. 6-7 holes to go anyway. But judging by these scores, by the way, the course is showing some teeth today. Mitch and Pauly's Pizzeria up next. Tip jar is open. Long shot bets that would pay off handsomely.
Having the right people in your corner for life's biggest milestones makes all the difference. Like a friend who's there when you're house hunting or checking out a new ride, State Farm is there too, helping you choose the coverage you need. With a State Farm agent, you know someone is there to help you along the way. And with so many coverage options, it's nice knowing you have help choosing a plan that fits your needs, so you can continue celebrating all of life's milestones. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Do you like the service at Mitch and Pauly's?
I don't tip.
You don't tip?
No, I don't believe in it.
Leave us a tip on your way out.
You don't tip.
You don't tip. What do you mean you don't tip?
They don't believe in it.
The guys crack open the jar and see what the listeners have left behind.
So what, no TV now?
It's time for the tip jar at Mitch and Pauly's Pizzeria.
Love it. One of my favorite segments, Mitch and Pauly's Pizzeria Tip Jar, sponsored by Mama's Pizza. Mama's Pizza, the only place where your pizza money always gets you a win. Check them out, mamaspizzas.net or the Mama's Pizza on IG. Will in Massachusetts, Brewers to win the National League 35-1. Right now, plus 380 at DraftKings. There's some big tickets out there on the Brewers.
Yeah,
World Series, National League, Division, and all the division stuff, and our guy Rich in Canada, which we'll get to coming up. This could be something.
Well, again,
I mean, imagine a Brewers Blue Jays World Series. Yeah, that's a big boy. That's like Atlanta, Minnesota, 1991. Oh, those teams weren't as that. I mean, those were the two worst teams in the league, I think, the previous year. But that's just what I'm thinking, though, about unlikely and big payouts.
and I can tell you right now, the common narrative from Joe Schmo, what a terrible World Series. I can't watch this.
Oh, you'll hear that.
Then you're a total
You'll
dummy.
hear that.
So that wasn't that long ago either, when they were available at 35-1.
Yeah. Yes.
It took a long time for like the market to believe into this team.
Mm-hmm. And the long winning streak, and how will they play since the All-Star break? Padres make the NLCS. San Jose State wins the Mountain West. Cardinals, Texans make the playoffs. 115-1, Ryan in Indiana.
Okay, so I mean, the Padres only have to make the NLCS. They don't have to win it. So already, I like that idea. San Jose State, they've been a sleepy kind of, sexy team for a while, but they're gonna have to get by.
They'd be a good-sized dog on the blue Smurf turf for the title game.
Sure.
You'd have to have something big go your way. Texans, right. Cardinals, that's not crazy either. I would think that'd be higher, though. Need more than that. Matt in Michigan. The first two are already in. Tigers, money line. Brewers, Nerfy. A Lions, Packers, 1-2 exact in the North. Klubnik, Heisman, 188-1. That's not bad.
There's a lot to it.
Well, he's got 2 in already, but yeah, the
You're
Lions.
right.
I really like the Lions, Packers 1-2.
Yeah, that's
He
feasible.
could come back, go same thing, Packers, Lions. But can Klubnik win the Heisman?
Sure he can.
Damn right. And he was so good in the playoff loss to Texas. Not bad. Liberty Conference USA. Liberty Lynx WNBA Finals. What's that, FanDuel? You can bet the exact. That's awesome. Clemson ACC 40. Who?
NFC.
NFC team to win the Super Bowl. Charles, 36-1. NFC wins the Super Bowl. Clemson ACC. A Liberty Lynx. Yeah, that's pretty good. I picked Western Kentucky in the guide, but Liberty's schedule's a joke again.
Sure it is.
And I would be Lynx. I'm strong with that. I'm not so confident in the Liberty. I think they can be had. But that's still pretty good. That's creative. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I like the creativity. I like where Charles' head's at. I will say that I'm looking right now at BetMGM. That exact final, just name the teams, right? Lynx Liberty is plus 150. But I think other teams can throw the league for a little bit of a loop this year.
He also threw the AFC in there as well, 34-1.
Okay.
Scheffler with the FedEx title. TCU wins the Big 12. Ravens win the AFC. J. Tim, 11 on X, 127 to 1. Some people making the case for TCU, but that's after what happened last year. That's not a bad ticket.
You know what I would do if I'm Jim here? I would actually add some more teams to win the Big 12.
Yeah.
Because I like the creativity. I like what he's thinking. Scheffler to win the FedEx. That's a good anchor. I think that should have been one that we were thinking about a while back.
Yeah.
Ravens could absolutely be the class of the entire league this year. So I don't know. I'd say tinker around a little bit. Throw on Scheffler, then throw on like Arizona State, Texas Tech, Utah, whatever, and the Ravens, and see what you come up with there.
Robert, Colts most losses, 28 to 1.
Is that a big enough number for you?
No, I was going to say I need more.
But could you see a path where they lose that many games?
Yeah, but that's.
Well, you said earlier, give Brown Saints nothing else. You don't want the field.
I know. I want more than that though. Jeff in Iowa. All conference winners here: Clemson, Western Kentucky, Toledo, Boise, Texas, James Madison. 854 to 1. There's a lot of chalk there though.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Boise, good size favorite. Clemson, Texas,
even money basically.
Yeah, James Madison, Toledo, Western Kentucky's the one that's not the favorite, but that's a big ticket. I would replace Western Kentucky with somebody.
How many books are going to offer you this, by the way?
Yes, that's strong.
Where you can parlay that many conference winners.
Kyle on X, Burrow most passing, Cavs to win the East, Klubnik Heisman 204 to 1. That is good.
You know how popular Matt Euman's pick yesterday in the draft was of Burrow, most passing yards in the draft? That's the one that people wanted because it pays like 5 or 6 to 1.
Yeah, right.
And absolutely the angle is a beautiful one for him.
All right.
Man, I like that one, Kyle.
BR Morian on X. The first couple are already in. Alcaraz. Oh, no, they're not. That's 2026. Alcaraz and Iga to win 2026 French, Columbia World Cup, Scheffler U.S. Open. 1,744 to 1. I don't know. I have no idea World Cup. I like the other three, though. Can't kill them for that.
Yeah, that would be the World Cup. I would have no idea at this point. But.
Brady in San Diego. LSU makes the playoff.
Okay.
Astros best record. Burrow most passing yards. 390 to 1.
Let me check here with the Astros.
The Astros
I think
have
they're
some
up
work
against,
to do.
they?
How many games are they behind the Brewers?
8.
Oh, damn.
They're also behind Detroit. They're behind Toronto. They're behind Philadelphia.
If it somehow be American League.
Well, that's only the American League.
No, that's no. And here's our guy, our MVP. Every week it's Rich in Canada. And now he's Peekaboo's got some Padres tickets. First place Padres. Padres and Mariners division champs. Hamilton wins the Grey Cup. Boise makes the playoffs. Ravens win the division. The Canadians make the playoffs. 1,733 to 1. There it is. That's how you round it out.
Is that really even that far-fetched?
No way. That's strong. And he's the guy with all the Brewers tickets and Blue Jays, and he's got Brewers, Blue Jays, Phillies. He's got Brewers, Blue Jays, somebody else. He got the oh man.
Well, are you
he's got Seattle, Toronto, Milwaukee. He's got some Padres as well.
Do you know much about the CFL this year?
No, nothing.
I don't know anything about it either. I don't follow the league. I don't bet on it.
Need some intel on Hamilton. Call Chernoff.
Is that like the longest shot on the board? I'm trying to find like CFL odds right now.
Yeah, look that up. And of course Scheffler now with a birdie.
Yeah, he got one there.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's this is going to be a good sweat for first round leader.
Took a bad beat last night. Mama's Pizza has your back, feeding hungry Texans since 1968. They've won so many Best Pizza awards they've stopped counting after a few thousand. Take it from me, it's the real deal. Best pepperoni I've ever had. Best meat lovers, barbecue chicken, and the best crust. Got the garlic butter on the crust. I ate it backwards. It's phenomenal. When it comes to pizza money, don't waste it on bad bets. Put it where it counts on a hot slice from Mama's. Franchise opportunities available. If you're thinking long-term value, add them to the list. Culver's, Portillo's, we need a Mama's Pizza here as well. MamasPizzas.net. The Mama's Pizza on Instagram. And 15 spots. Let's add it. Get up to 20. 817-870-2571 for franchise opportunities. 817-870-2571. Mama's Pizza.
All right, so I think right now the odds tell the story because I'm not finding golf on any of these TVs right now. I could be wrong. It might be in a commercial break. But Scheffler's now even money to be the first-round leader. And he's at 4 under. Jason Day is 4 under through 16. He's 4-1. Tommy Fleetwood is 8-1. He's 2 under through 9. A lot of golf left for some of these guys. Like Justin Rose, who is 2 under through 9. He is 10-1. I have Bobby McIntyre right now.
Get Bobby.
Well,
he birdied.
Again, Paul, here's the story. Why did Bobby Mack just birdie to go to 3 under through 11 but move to 30-1?
Must have had a bad tee shot.
Oh, he's got to be like in the deep into the absolutely. He's 400 feet into the forest probably.
Rose is also 2 under through 9. Did you say that?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did. Sorry, thank you.
Yeah, he's one of the guys on there
Rose.
too.
That's interesting.
And Burns moved to 14, so when the odds shift like that, something crazy is going to be happening.
What's Hoagie?
Where's he at?
He's 1 under through 7. Do you have odds on him? Is he listed?
Yep, 50-1.
That's worth a slice.
All right, Lou Finocchiaro joins the program coming up next. We'll get his best bets and a preview of UFC 319 here on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Finding ways to be financially savvy is a smart move, and knowing you could be saving money for the things you really want, like that dream home or new ride, is a great feeling. That's why the State Farm Personal Price Plan can help you save when you choose to bundle home and auto. Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.